Oh, hello, everyone. Are we live? Can I get some comments in the chat that we are live? I do right now, Richie. How's my audio? Oh, you're talking to Ben. Let's go. Okay. I'm going to stop typing right now. Okay. What's up, everybody? Sorry, there's a little bit of delay here on my end. Welcome to the post-game truth table. No surprises here, but I am your host, Jimmy Clifton. I am legally not allowed to lie or I lose my job. So I'm excited to talk to you guys tonight. I actually went through a couple of co-hosts for this evening, and thanks Nolan, or Ben. I just called you Nolan. I went through a couple of co-hosts this evening, and things came up for everyone, and so I am so sad. But I do have a special guest tonight. It is going to be a really exciting guest. We're just waiting on them to get set up because this was a little bit of a last second thing. But don't worry, y'all are going to be incredibly pumped for this guest. And so the way it's going to work tonight, and we'll re-explain this to my guest. Don't worry, we'll talk about pockets, Will. The way we're going to do this tonight is we are going to be talking through one's game, what they did well, what they could have done better. It's essentially, if you've ever listened to Rob Has a Podcast, it's essentially Rob Has a Podcast, Why X Lost. But do not worry, Dan, our winner, is also going to be exposed at the truth table. And so I'm really excited to talk to y'all. I see that my guest is getting close to ready. You ready to pop in? All right. Everybody give it up for the one, the only.
Hey. I have this fancy little podcast microphone. Here I am.
Oh, look at you.
I know.
So
I have no idea what. Do you like my name?
I do. Yeah. So Tiffany Slade played in season 4 of
Whitewater.
Whitewater.
Season 2. Or season 4.
Yes,
that's right.
Season 4. Yeah, she was a returning in 4. She also played in 2. Sorry, I should have mentioned that.
Yes. I did so
Trinity.
well.
Yeah. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. We just got back from being with some friends and their kids, and we played a bunch of games and came back. And I decided to throw I don't know if Kira's in the chat, but I put my Taylor Swift sweater on.
Naturally.
I also did it for you, Jimmy.
Thank you. Big Swiftie.
And if anyone knows the song Mastermind, I literally said, I listened to it yesterday and I went, Dan, this song's about you.
No. I knew where you were going. Oh, that's wild.
I know. But the spoiler alert, we don't have to talk about that yet.
We don't. No. Yeah.
I have no idea. What is this podcast about, Jimmy?
Sure. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk through each person's game through the boot list order. So we have Jamil here for just a few minutes. Okay. I see him in the chat. He's only going to be here for a minute or two. But we are going to go through each person, and we're going to talk through what they did well and what they did poorly, and maybe what they could do differently in future games.
Okay.
And so you are well acquainted with the Survivor Wisconsin world. How did you? I mean, obviously you didn't know who won. Dan lied to you.
I literally knew nothing. He left for 3 days. He came back home and was like, I have no idea what happened. I'm like, did you get hit in the head? What's happening? And he's like, you just have to watch and find out. That's his saying if he didn't want anything. And then I even hung out with I would hang out with the whole cast. No one would say anything. There was a point where
it's wild.
Maris said something to me at the bar during Bryson Wen, and she said something about an idol or something. And I went, "What? Did you use that against Dan?" And she like looked at me, and I was like, "That's a spoiler." And she goes, "Is it?" So then I guess Maris told that to Dan, and then I went to Dan, and Dan's like, "Yeah, Maris already told me this talk. You guys," I was like, "You guys, we're playing Survivor right now. What is at Bryson One? What is happening?" But no, all of that was not true. So I had no spoilers.
Yeah,
I did predict though that Will did get booted out before merge.
Yeah,
but then he came back. So.
Right. So you had a 100% chance of being right if you said he was booted pre-merge or post-merge. So congratulations on that.
I love winning, you know.
Yes, queening out over here. Will said,
I'm excited to do this. I'm excited to go through everyone's game. Wow.
Yes, me too. And so I just want to clarify, you can talk about, like, we're not going to be like, oh, don't talk about who got voted out in the future. We all watched it, right?
True.
If you are watching this and you have not watched season 9, what are you doing?
I mean, what are you doing?
Little Richie. Yeah, little Richie shout out there. I am not going to say watch all the other seasons. Just watch seasons 8 and 9. Yeah. 7's fine too. Is there a
that's Will's season. You can watch that. And Kira.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? Kira was on that one? Yeah. Kira's 7, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't watch 7.
Oh, that's wild.
Dan just told me what happened, so.
I was gonna say, you called it Will's season, so clearly you did not watch season 7.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Is that why he was on Second Chances?
I would also say, I think that what's really important for tonight, just to set the stage, I think what's really fun about LRGs is you get exposed in ways that you do not get to be exposed in life. And I think it can, like, really eat at your pride, or it can give you an opportunity to grow as a person. We're not going to do like a ton of like growing as a person tonight. There's going to be a little bit, but I do just want to say, like, I craved truth after my first LRG. I wanted to know from people, like, what was actually true about my game, what was true about real life, like, why did I lose, why did I do well.
I felt the same way after mine too.
Yeah, and you have gotten,
I got all the way to second.
That's what I thought. Yeah. And
it was one of, like, I was taking it so seriously and others weren't, I guess. And like my heart was broken at the end. And I was like, why didn't you vote for me? I did great. And then they're like, I wanted to vote for my friend that I wanted to have sex with. And I was, oh, okay. Well, yeah. But what about me? But what about my game? What about me? So so I felt that way too. Is like, I wanted to know how people thought about my game too, but also at the same time, I was very protective of it. So I want to be nice today, but also I'm going to be petty because I can, because I'm here with Jimmy.
Yes, that's right. And
I'm going to defend my husband at all cost.
And we do understand that. I have some thoughts for Dan, but we'll get to him.
But we don't need him to talk. He talks so much. So let's give me the time.
Yeah. Oh, obviously. Yeah. So I will say too, if you really are not looking for truth tonight, if you're like feeling a little raw, I totally understand. Like, don't watch this. Nobody's making you. You do not have to experience this. This is both of us watched on a TV, and I've heard obviously some details from other players. So if you're like, this is too much for me, that's fine. You don't have to watch it. I totally understand that. And so we are going to try to be as honest as we can. Like, this has no personal realities played in. We just want to give you all some feedback. And so let's go ahead and get into it. The first player we are going to talk about is, unfortunately, Jamil Torres, aka All Ranks, our dear Jamil. First boot. I know. Was he a surprising first boot to you going into the season?
Yeah, and well, at the same time, no, because like I remember the last time I saw Jamil before watching this season, everyone was like, he's such a pre-gamer. He's such a pre-gamer. Him and Ben, they're all pre-gaming. And Ben also saying he's pre, which is unfortunate because, like, come on. Like, everyone's going to talk to each other, but it's not until you get into the game that, like, things happen. But I think he had a target on his back, especially from his original season with, and Dan had nothing to do with his boot, but he went out with a bang on his season. Like, he was like, I'm gonna flip on Dan. I'm gonna do this post-merge, and I'm gonna try and work with other people. And I think everyone saw that he was a threat for sure. I think I'm trying to remember. That was so long ago that I watched that the first episode, and I remember just being shocked. And I remember Dan being like, "That's like, it broke his heart because he never saw what happened during that because his tribe won, so he had no idea how devastating it was for Jamil." Because like watching it broke my heart because I know how that feels. I was first boot on All Stars when I played, and it truly like broke me. And it was like, and like everyone, it was full shock. I had no idea anyone was writing my name down like and I never had felt that way. I've always been on the other side of blindsiding.
Yes,
but when you get blindsided, it sucks.
It's rough.
It sucks a lot, and so I felt that pain for Jamil. So what did you think watching it? Were you surprised?
I actually was not surprised he was first boot.
I was surprised he was first, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like to be first, but like, I don't know. I thought he would at least have some sort of allyship with someone to want to move forward with him. But
yeah, I know. And I do, and we'll get to Kayla, but I do really applaud Kayla, like moving quickly, like distancing herself from Jamil when she knew the ship was sinking.
Yeah,
I know they've talked about that a lot, her and Jamil, and so I'm not going to beat that dead horse too much. But so what I think Jamil is really good at it is also why he comes in every tourney season as a target early. I think he's incredibly strategic. He is. I think Jamil is really good at playing from the top, as we saw in his season.
And he's charming too. Like he's just a sweetie pie. And people like that about him. People want to trust him, right? And I see that. And I think that's why he did, even though his tribe was at the bottom in his last season, like he played a really good game. Like even though like they kept having to go back to tribal, like he had a solid alliance. Like he had Dan and he had Kayla and he had other people. I mean, Nick really in that?
He really wanted to work with Nick, but he had to cut him because they just kept losing. Yeah.
So like, I felt like I wanted to see that again with this season, of course, too, because I was like kind of rooting for Jamil because I think, Pink Tribe strong, it's kind of how I was feeling going into this. So I did feel like it wasn't like, hopefully we see more of him in future seasons or something.
I agree. Yeah. And man, like seeing Jamil crushed, he is such a goofy goober. Like, oh my gosh. Him and Ben's vote out. Like you could just see like life. It was like, you're a Harry Potter girl. Like what's the thing that sucks your soul?
A Dementor?
Yeah, it was like a Dementor had gotten to them. It was just
like you just insane. I want to know how that sounds. Dan, let me know what the feedback is on if I get really close.
Yeah. I think in the game, I think there was a lot that happened outside of the game for Jamil that ended up burying him. I think outside or at least the game though.
Can I cut you off?
Yeah.
For people to rally against him. I don't even think it was I think people wanted an excuse and that was there for the first boot.
That's 100% right. Because obviously there were other people pre-gaming. I think he went way too long without actually hearing a name. And he told himself that there was that no one was saying names. Yeah. And I think he probably should have just realized. It's like
and you know what? I think that was also something that happened to me on my season 2. Like my ego was very big. And I went in going, I'm going to be so good at this. And I was playing with like Will. Like I was like literally playing with big players. And I was like, I'm so good. My ego was so big. And I got a big slice of humble pie. And I think that maybe is what happened to Joe. I think there was a little bit of blinders on. And I can't blame him. Like I would have felt the same way, like going in and feeling like I have friends in this crew, right? And I felt the same way. And the only girl I played with on my season, like, and I got to be on the same tribe as her, she blindsided me immediately. And so I was like, wait, what? I thought we had something. And it was not. And that's just how the cookie crumbles. And I think for Jamil, I think that happened and it's unfortunate. And it sucks. I know that feeling so much, and it's truly the worst feeling ever. But then again, I reflect on it and go, okay, for my next game I ever play, like I have to be making sure I check in with everybody and to know where the red flags are and where I can correct that.
Totally.
And I think that's what Dan and I talked about after that episode was thinking, okay, how could Jamil have made it better? And I think it's because he heard that there were no names, but like he didn't act upon that knowledge that he was already saying. So it's interesting you say that too.
Yeah, and I think sometimes, like for returning seasons, when someone's already seen as a schemer, there's this desire to come in and be like, oh, I'm gonna like play slow and lower my threat level. And I think that there's some degree of that you have to do, but sometimes you also just have to come out guns blazing because it's just like there's nothing you can do except for lean into what people already say about you. And I kind of think that that's what Jamil would have to do.
Yeah. And just kind of like lay it out there for everyone. Like, hey, people are saying this about me. And I don't know why people are saying like the people I was pregame with are on the other side. Like, I have no idea what, like, you know, or something. I don't know. There could have been a different way of like going about it, I think.
Totally.
In retrospect, I mean, hindsight's 2020, you know.
Yeah. Well, but that's why we're here, right? Yeah. We now have 2020. I think we hit well on Jamil. So let's go ahead and go to our next boot. Sweet Joey. Joey. So I'll start with some positives on Joey. I saw Joey's in the chat. Joey, you are not going to get dunked on.
I'm here.
But Joey, yeah. Trinity literally wanted to kill Dan when he voted you out.
I was like, it's crazy. I told Dan before he even went out there, I'm like, you're gonna be able to like play with Joey. You talked with him like a lot when you got booted out with him, like on your last season, like you hung out with him like the whole day, like that'll be good. And that's again like not how the cookie crumbled, unfortunately.
Yeah. So Joey comes in already showing his challenge prowess like he did in our season. Even
that crab walk. I'm sorry, but when he crab walked in, I was like, "That's a talent."
Yes, I think that was the number 2 introduction. Obviously Nick's worm was number 1,
and then Dan. Both my mother-in-law and my mom. They both.
Oh, that was so good.
And my aunt that we live with. They're like. All of them are like, meow, every time. I can't. I can't. I was like, this is weird. I can't.
You're not wrong.
Sorry,
Ben.
Emma, my cat, might make an appearance.
Oh,
so we'll see.
It's fine. I would be mad if she didn't. He is. I think Joey also shows that he is part of the social conversation pretty early on in their tribe too. When they win, you see a lot more of a relaxed Joey than you did in our season.
Yeah,
and I think
he came in like kind of confident, which is good. Like I thought, I felt that for him.
Yes, and I think I wish I could have told. I had no idea Joey was playing, so I wish I could have told him beforehand a lot more. But or I knew he was playing, but at the reveal. So I think his anxiety was a little palpable during our season.
Yeah,
and I totally understand that. I think. If Joey ever plays again, like convincing yourself that you are playing with house money, that you are coming in and it's like, this doesn't matter. It's just a game. Like repeating to yourself, it's just a game, even though all of us know it's not just a game sometimes. I think that that's going to lower the anxiety because I think as much as like anxiety is like honest and endearing, I think when people are looking for anything to latch onto in early games, it's very easy to be like, okay, let's like run with that.
100%. And I think that was one of the reasons I was fighting a lot of anxiety when I played my first time. That was what? I don't even remember what year it was. I think 2022, something like that. And I had just recently been diagnosed. And I was I think I was like 25. And I hadn't even like been on medication yet or anything, and I'd been like newly in therapy and just like trying to get through. I think it was like in my second school district I worked at, and I just was feeling a lot of anxiety and just having to fight that. And I was really honest about it. Even at my final tribal council, I'm like, I am someone who like am a very social person, but I like to but I'm like have to be hyper aware and have to be feeling those anxiety feeling my thoughts are going 10 times a million minutes. And so for Joey, I empathize with him big time. And I know how hard it could be to have to like try and connect with people. And I'm sad that Dan didn't use he's so empathetic. He married someone with a huge mental illness. Like, I don't know why he didn't, like, he could have just scooped Joey up and like brought him with him. And I think Joey would have been a huge ally for him. So I really thought that was going to happen, and it didn't. And I don't know why, but with Joey's, what you're saying, how anxious he was, I didn't feel that I felt like he had a lot of, I don't know, confidence going into this and knowing like, oh, I might get far, like or at least farther than I did the first time.
Yes.
And I'm really disappointed with how the episode went.
Well, and I think
because he was talking to people, he was in conversations, he had one-on-ones, like he did all the right things.
Yep, totally. I think what my feedback to Joey this time is because it seems like there was a lot more confidence, like you said, and like as I talk about anxiety, reality is like you were saying, Trin, like some of this is just like so much out of our control.
Yeah.
And I do understand like it's really, really difficult. And so I commend Joey for just coming and being like, I'm going to be silly this time.
And I didn't know he lived so far away. Dan just reminded me he lived so far away. So it's like, that's even harder too. That like you're driving all this way and then you're like thinking you're going to get far. Right. And then, or at least far enough to feel like really good about a game you played and you didn't even have time.
Yeah. And so my feedback to Joey is and they're even saying in chat, he did push a name. I think we saw on the edit even a little bit. I rewatched it today and he did say Addie. I think what he really needs to do is not just say a name, but the next step of like whipping a vote. I think we don't talk about like the skill of whipping a vote enough in Survivor.
When
like
you say everyone, what you mean by whipping?
Yeah.
Like
so
whipping a vote?
No, it's a political term. So what it means is like you make sure you get the majority for a particular thing. And so whipping is this sense of like gathering people together in a common goal. Okay. And so
I didn't know that's what we called it. That's cool.
Well, it's like, have you ever watched House of Cards?
No.
That's where, yeah. At this point, it's not worth it. Same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is.
But they
politics.
Yeah. They talk about the whip a lot in House of Cards.
I was thinking whip it. Whip it real.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. No, keep going. Do you want to keep going?
No, I'm good. I did enough.
But I think in Final Tribals, we hear a lot of people who are talking about like, oh, I thought of that. That was my move. Or I thought of that. And it's like
a lot of it. Sometimes it's a combined effort. Yes. And people like to say, I did it, right?
Yes. And so I think the real Survivor skill is being able to be like, I see 1, 2, 3, 4 people. I see me, Annika, the 2 season 5, Amelia and Addie. And the 4 of us are very clearly not in this. Even when Joey was part of like the center of like what was going on socially, like he was still on the outskirts, and like you could see Dan, Nick, and Ben were like dominating the conversation. And like
even though they weren't saying fucking anything, they don't say anything, but they're still dominating the conversation, which is
because they're fun
frustrating to watch, because they're like, they have like that personality to have that, like, I don't want to say dominance. I feel that feels icky, but like if I want to say they have that presence.
Yeah. Of like social presence is really good thing in this game. And
even like trust with that too. They like, I feel like when you talk to Dan, you trust Dan. And like he tells you the truth, almost the truth sometimes, like if you're playing these types of games. And you want to trust him. And so that's something, and we see that moving forward, but I'm sure Joey probably trusted him and like thought, oh, like, you know what, we might be able to move forward. And when you're saying whipping the vote, I think if he went in, and are you saying he should have worked with Amelia and Addie? And like,
I think those 3 and Annika probably should have realized that like there was a reality that like they were just going to be on the outside of their vote of their tribe. And obviously I love the other 3 people in there. I
love them all. And I just met them at Drunk Survivor at Nolan's, and like Addie and Amelia, I just met them. I think I don't think I've ever met Joey in real life, but I've met everyone else, I think. So
Yeah.
I've met them all, and they're all wonderful people. And I hope those people know whatever I say moving forward, like I'm just saying it just to say it. But if I were Joey, I would have went in there and to appeal to, I think, the entire tribe, like maybe even except for Amelia, probably. Like if he would have went in like, hey, like we should get Addie out. And like if he would have went in there and just said, like, been confident with what he wanted, like what he thought to do, and like maybe that could have changed something.
Yeah.
But if you're not giving anything and like not really saying much and like not having that presence that like Dan might have or Ben, because they just know everybody, maybe that could have helped him, like just to get some sort of name under his belt to like kind of push him forward. What do you think? I don't know. I could be completely wrong, but
no, I think you're right. I think he tried to push Addie a little bit. I keep getting to like, you kind of, because the boot list order is then Annika, then Addie, then Amelia. And I know Amelia got swap screwed.
She did.
But yeah.
I'm sad that happened to her because I think she could have gotten far. So
yeah. And Addie actually was post swap as well. But I just think that there was a reality that like, if they were working together, things could have gone a lot better.
Yeah, if Amelia, Addie, and Joey, and even pulled in Annika.
Yeah.
But who would they try to target? Like, who would they?
At that point, it doesn't matter. Like, we're just like, we're rolling with 4. Who do we feel the best about?
Because I know, like, Amelia was working with Ben and Dan. Like, and at that time, like, the Dab Alliance is being created.
Totally.
Is Nick there? Is Nick on that tribe?
Yeah. Nick was his number 7. Yeah, probably.
They go for Nick.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Nick really had a solid person.
Yes, I think you're right.
Which is very similar to his last game. He just doesn't have a solid person, or at least a trio of some sort. He's kind of chaotic.
Yeah. Which we will.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that later. But.
No, it's good. One more thing I want to talk about with Joey is in his voting confessional, he's kind of talking through like, well, I think I have the majority because I have these 4. And I think sometimes our inclination is to be like, I need to get the minimum
majority.
Yes. And I think if Joey is going in and being like, and I think Ben does this really well. If Joey's going in not being like, I need to get the minimum majority on my side, it's more of, I need to make sure that every single person is on my side. I think that's where we're getting.
And I think I do the same thing. Though it's been a really long time since I've played an LRG, I feel like I do the same. I need to be on the same page with every person, including the person I plan on voting out. So it's like we all need to be on the same page. And I feel like I think you can get really screwed over if you play the majority, minority, or the smallest majority you can have.
Yes, it's so easy to get screwed over. One person is lying to you, and it's...
Especially if you're like talking about a split vote and all that, like if you know someone has an idol, it can just get a little tricky.
Yeah, I agree. Yep. Okay, let's go to the next boot. As mentioned, Annika. I know this one's actually really hard for me. So our next vote is Annika.
It's fucked up, Dan. What you did was fucked up. It's all
Dan. You are a bad person.
Dan, you're a terrible person. I can't believe I married you.
Do you guys need to talk?
Just kidding.
So let's talk about what Annika did well in our game.
This is so fun, by the way. Just have to say. I have no idea what the chat is saying, and honestly, I'm kind of relieved. Is this how it feels to be a celebrity? I'm just gonna turn the comments off. This is really fun. I'm just chatting here with Jimmy. So let's talk about Annika. I want to say good things about Annika.
Iconica. Let's do it.
Iconica. I think Annika got robbed. Remind me about. Did she have an idol or no?
She did.
She did. That's what I thought.
So she has an idol, but Ben knew, but only really, really late. Nick saw her
Nick's
find
the
it.
one who Nick's the one. Yep. Nick saw a lot of people get an idol. And so he had a lot of power. And with that power, he like slipped it to Ben, and Ben was like, well, I'm not going to do anything about it, right? Isn't that kind of how it happened? And Annika didn't play the...
So it was slightly different. So
this was also a very long time ago.
Yeah, it was a really long time ago, and it was actually really hard to see what was going on in the episode. But I rewatched today. So
wow, you did the homework.
I know. I have a notebook.
Oh, look at you.
So Annika, also look here, Joe.
Wait, that's cute.
Isn't it?
Wait, is it also like a clipboard on the back?
Yeah. It's what are these called? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a clipboard. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get that Five Below?
Sorry.
It looks like something you would get at Five. No, that's a compliment. No, they have really good notebooks. It would have been a diss if I said the Dollar Tree.
One really nice paper store. I don't know. I got it at a Christmas exchange. Anyways, so Annika finds the idol right in front of Nick. Nick actually doesn't tell anyone until about so they then sort of are talking about Annika being the vote. Ben goes to Annika and is like, "You're in trouble." Ben then goes back to Nick, and Nick was like, "Annika said that you said that she was in trouble." Ben's like, "Yeah, but it doesn't matter." And Nick is like, "Well, she has an idol." And Ben's like,
"Yeah."
Well, he
Ben's
does
like, "What?"
Yeah.
The Pikachu shocked face.
Yes. And he was like, "Well, if you had told me that, I would have lied to her." I think Ben probably would have told her to play it, because then you can see Ben signaling to Annika at Tribal to play it. However, I think it was a little, I think it was a little hard for, well, Annika says it was hard for her to, she did say that Ben was like making,
he was doing the
moves
most
toward her, but but that she was confused about what she needed to do. And so my feedback was like,
and everyone was lying to her face.
Yeah.
These bitches.
I know.
And I feel really sad because she hadn't really played with them. And I was when she got the idol, I was so stoked. I was like, "Oh, fuck yeah. That's what I'm talking about." And
yes, her and Maddie finding the idol immediately. I know. So she literally says in her exit interview, Stibe, which by the way, I think Stibe should do the exit interviews for everyone voted out. The kindest person I've
and Richie did good too. I liked Richie's.
Oh, Richie did. Yeah,
but Stibe just would say, I just love him.
Yes.
Yeah. He would give cue cards.
Yeah, Joey is like, I can't believe I'm out early again. And Stibe goes, "Man, it's so hard."
Man, me too.
He's like, "How are you doing?" Yeah. Stibe, you kind soul.
I love him. And so wait, what did Annika say in her?
So as she was late, Stibe's like, "What do you think you did wrong?" She's like, "I need to stop trusting men, or stop trusting boys." She said boys.
Yeah, these motherfuckers. Yes. Like, out. Am I allowed to swear? I hope it's okay. Sorry, Devin.
If it's not, it's way too late for that.
Yeah, we're in the explicit zone. But you're welcome, Stibe. But I agree, because I could hear Dan laughing in the other room. I don't know what's happening. But with that, I think I can hear myself laughing out there. That's so creepy. Ew, because Dan's watching it in the living room, and I can kind of hear myself. Yeah. But anyways, with Annika, I can't agree more, because it's so frustrating. And I'm assuming at this point, because Maddie is with Maddie and Amaris and Kayla, everyone, all the other women are on the other side, correct?
That's right.
And
so she's with
she's with Amelia. Addie and Amelia. And Amelia's with with the Dab Alliance. And Addie's, I don't know. And then it's really hard for Annika to kind of read the room. I don't blame her though for not knowing exactly what's going to happen, because she's thinking, who was it that she was pitching?
Annika, she was pitching Addie here. She was pitching
Addie
here,
and Addie goes next.
Yeah, Addie ends up going next.
And you would assume, man, that's so annoying. Yeah.
I think Addie,
I really wouldn't. I think if she played it, then Addie would have went home. And do you think she would have made it after that next vote?
Well, they tribe swap after that.
Oh, right. Okay, thank you. I forgot when that happened.
And obviously you can't sort of like do a 1-for-1, but I do think Addie was separate from Maris, so I'm not 100% sure. I think what Annika's like main issue was I do think at this point people were not necessarily like wanting to get out the season 5 women, because they did feel this sort of like desire to at least give them a chance to play, keep them in. And truth be told, like Amelia is killing it at this moment.
Yeah. No, she's really good at, like, even with the tri-swap, I felt like she was doing well. Like she would want to talk to people. She was putting herself out there. All women are. Annika
Dan
too.
clarified that Addie and Maris were on the same tribe swap, so they would have.
Oh, okay.
Annika and Maris would have played together. Okay. Sorry, I'm laughing. I'm just going to tell y'all. I almost just got Joe to join us. Joe from season 8, Joe Long. But he
finally messaged back.
Oh, I am wasted. Not a Bon ID.
No.
So I think he's probably saying not a good idea. So, anyways.
Yeah, Joe, it's okay. I got you.
Yeah. But anyways, I think Annika was in just like a really hard position. I think she was the hardest person for me to like parse through her game.
Because I can't really give feedback. I really, it's like play the idol. But it's at the, I guess, if you're feeling really unsure, I'd play it. Even if you want to, I would still play it. You could still find another one. It could maybe be put out again. But that would be the only advice, is play the, if you even have an inkling, just play it for yourself.
And I do think too, one thing that I don't think she does particularly well is handle Nick seeing it. So Nick in a confessional says something to the effect of, she told me she was going to tell me in a couple of rounds what it was. And he did not love that. And I think like once he sees that, it's just sort of like, all right, we've got to like really lean into this in order to really see what we can do with this. And I think if she was immediately like, look, Nick, this is an idol. This is for us.
Really bring him in.
A lot of, we don't have a lot of like us language with her in that.
And Nick maybe really needed that, and that maybe he really wanted that from her, and then he couldn't really trust that because she was kind of like, had her walls up as she should, in that moment. So you never know, but maybe being a little open. But then again, she just said like, I can't trust these men.
Yes,
because she didn't really have anything to base it off of. Like there's no building trust whatsoever with like, they just voted out Joey. How does she trust these people? And she wanted to trust them. That's why she didn't play the idol. She was like, I'm going to trust them and see what happens. And then they fucked her over. So
or I wonder even if she could have just been like, just told them like, I'm just going to play it.
Yeah, and that could have been.
Rizzo did a little bit. I think don't like make it a show like Rizzo does, obviously, but
because that could paint a bigger target. But
totally. Let's go ahead and yes, Annika, you're great. Let's go ahead and go to our next, our second of 3 A females voted out. We have Addie here.
Our sweet Addie.
Yes, Addie, confessional gold.
She's hilarious.
Predominantly because she just like does not care at all.
No, I just love that about her so much. I really do.
Yeah.
I admire that. I wish I didn't care at all. I think that's probably half my problems, is me caring too much.
Yes, same.
Yeah.
So I do think her main issue is she just didn't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
She just didn't know.
And I think she felt maybe uncomfortable saying a name. Because I think she had a feeling it was her. Yeah. She didn't really know how else to navigate that, maybe.
Totally. And she had a quickness of being like, it's probably me. Or,
she had the social awareness. Like, applaud that.
She was also like, I'm the weak link of the tribe, which everyone was trying to be like, Addie, no, but they were just like, just gonna have to roll with it.
Remind me of the challenge that just happened for this. Do you remember what they did?
No, I skipped the challenges and rewatched.
Okay, when was it that they were like fighting over the rope?
Oh, it was that was after this. It was one of the beer pong ones. I think Addie was on beer pong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, she's good at that though.
Oh, she was on Steal the Bacon. But,
she was. Okay. I think. See, I knew it. Did she do well on it? Did she do better than Dan? I think everyone did better than Dan on that one.
Yeah.
I think I took a screenshot of him falling.
Dan was saving his strength to hold cups of water like this,
which I was so proud of him. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that. I think we can move on from Addie. Love Addie, but I just don't know.
We can just move on. But I met Addie a couple weekends ago, like on that Saturday, and I just have to say, like, I her and Amelia, best vibes, such good humans. Like, I would feel safe if I were in a group with them to go to the bar or whatever. Like, they're the good humans in your life that you need. And totally. I love them. And Amelia touching base with me after, like, saying, like, oh my God, it was so great to meet you. Like, it's just the best. They're the good, they're really good humans. So just had to say that.
Yeah. Oh, no, I believe it. I haven't met either of them, but would for sure die for them. And truth be told, and this is okay. I just don't know if Addie really wanted to play like other people wanted to play.
Amelia was like, I want to play, but I also want to be there with my bestie. Like, I get it.
Yeah. Totally. So,
and I'm happy she felt like Amelia felt okay with her being gone and like I was really wanting to see Amelia thrive and just like see what she did, you know, and not feel like obligated to like be aligned with her BFF, which is hard, right? To like navigate that.
Totally. Okay. Let's go ahead and go to Amelia. I think if I know this one was crushing. I think if I had to give an award for most growth of someone from their first season to their second season, I think Amelia wins hands down.
Oh, hands down.
And Trinity, Amelia was wild in her first episode.
Yeah, I mean, I saw clips.
Season 5.
Yep.
You did, yes. So you saw what you needed to see. She was yelling around, saying that one of her good friends had an idol, which he did.
Yeah. Just being the absolute most, which sometimes you have to be, and sometimes you have to remind yourself you have to dial it down a little bit, or else people are going to realize there's a little too much going on. So
yes. But then she does even vote out Addie, and then doesn't give herself many. Yeah, it was. I'm so glad she did, because then she's back on our screens. But then she gets out pretty quickly in the merge because she doesn't have the numbers anymore.
I know.
And so I think her growth is like wild. So what like really stands out to me? She got swap screwed. Like, let's be real.
She did, and I was really excited to see this like Dab alliance. I was really excited to see what could happen from that.
Yeah.
So I was disappointed to see that be ended so early.
Yes, I agree.
To end so early, I guess that's how I should have said it.
But I think what she did really well, and I wonder what you think about how she could have done it differently.
Remind me of what happens, please.
Totally. So they do a tribe swap, and I believe it's just her and Nick are the only two that are from their original tribe that get swapped. And so it essentially becomes a her versus Nick scenario. Right. And she recognizes it immediately. And when Nick is off doing a confessional, she pulls everyone together and is like, look, Nick has things going on with Ben. Nick knew about this idol and still voted her out. And I think she like sufficiently threw Nick under the bus.
Yeah.
I think Nick's relationships were just a little bit stronger in that moment.
Yeah.
But I think this was like,
and I think maybe, do you think her reputation from her previous season maybe hurt her?
I think a little bit. I think though that's why I think she had so much growth, because I think she probably came in fighting an uphill battle. And then immediately like she is disarming, I think is the best way to put Amelia. She like brings people in immediately.
Yeah, brings people together. And because I got to meet her and I got to see that and in a non-game setting, but she like brought me in immediately. I was able to approach her and be like, can we play this music? Like she was like, oh yeah, let's do that. And like she was helping me open a wine bottle with a lighter. Like she just was there to help me and like be someone who is warm and kind. And I could see her that being a huge benefit to her game, right? And her being able to do that with other people on this new tribe. And unfortunately, Nick just had to be there, I guess, and exist and had these pre-existing
Nick just had to exist.
Hey, Nick knows that I feel like he's smarter at the end of this whole season. I said that I'm like,
yeah. I think Amelia would like really benefit from. I think she would kill a newbie season at this point. Like,
she can just come to
somewhere else.
11.
Like,
Tiffany might be there. Or maybe Tiffany knows this girl named Trinity. Who knows? We'll see. Maybe
she has a sister named Trinity.
Yeah, there you go.
So I think she played really well. I think she did get thrown under the bus. I just think she didn't have like one of the connections enough, social connections enough. And I do think you're probably right. She does have this like chaos that isn't as like, even though Nick is incredibly smart, that we're going to get to this. They kind of call Nick not slimy, but like schemy later. And I wonder where that comes from, but he still is like fairly calm. Nick
Maybe it was just like a different word for snake.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's what people called him. Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't there something about he was paranoid? Maybe that's the word I'm thinking. He was paranoid in his current season, right? In his original season.
Original season, yeah.
Yeah. With Amelia, I don't know how else she could have done it differently, because we were like what we were saying earlier. It's like she did all the right things. She did all the things she should have done. If she had an idol, that would have been dope.
Yep.
But she didn't.
Right.
So
right.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I think she's just always going to play like the social game. I really was concerned that she was not going to come in with like cutthroatness enough.
No, and I think even like ability-wise in challenges, I think she would have done really well individually.
Oh, yeah.
Who would have known if she would have gotten past merge? Like, who know? Like, I don't know. I don't know her. Like, if she would have been good at like eating crab or something. Like, you know, and not anyone has that on. But she could have. Like all these other games that they all played. Like, I would have never have guessed like Dan would have won the one where he did this. Like, she could have won that. Anyone can win these games. And like, I feel like she had the ability to do that for sure.
Yeah.
It's not like she's like a weak person whatsoever. Yeah. So I could have seen her go far for sure. Totally. But like we said, tribe swap screwed.
Yep. So Will gets voted out next, but we're gonna save him.
Oh, seriously, that's what happens. Wait, we're almost to merge. That's so fast.
Yes, so he gets voted out. They then have the comeback challenge. He obviously gets to get back in. Obviously he has more gameplay up to this point, and so I'm gonna save him. I'm gonna put Will in my pocket, and then we're gonna save him
in
for
mine
later.
Too. Yeah, I don't have any pockets because I'm a girl, and girls don't have pockets.
Right.
On anything we own.
Yeah,
so no pockets.
I think you guys should change that. Anyways, let's go ahead.
Tell the men in your life about it. Maybe
yeah. Will's missed.
My miss.
Let's go ahead and go to Nick, since we were beginning to discuss Mr. St. Nicholas over here. Yeah, what do we think Nick did well? What did he do poorly? So let me share with you. Man, you have some thoughts. I'm
trying to think of what he.
Okay,
Nick is chaos. Nick is over there in the back. I feel like he's like back there, like talking to himself. Like he's like a scientist. Like he's like, that's what I think of. When I think of Nick, I think he's like this like little scientist in the back going, hee, I'm going to tell people lies for no reason, and I'm just going to see what happens. And this is how it like my little. He's gonna put little potions in there. Whoa, what'd you do?
Do you like this better or no?
I don't know. I feel really close to you. And I was like, I could go, and we. Sorry for the technical difficulties. No, I like this better.
Cool.
Felt really close.
It was.
Nick is a little schemer.
He is. So before the season, I told Nick, or we talked about this on like our draft. Oh, by the way, Team Jimmy always on top.
Always.
We talked about this before the draft that he, in his original season, he has like we've talked about this. He has social control. He has control over the narrative. He just very often, in our season and then in Outlast Milwaukee, he did not have positive control over the narrative. And so
what do you mean? What do you mean by that?
So in his original season, he got paranoid and sort of threw himself under the bus. Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
And then why would he do that?
I know. Did you watch our season, Trinity?
No.
I do know you watched our season.
I really didn't. I skipped a lot. Yellow was really boring.
Yeah, I know. I tried. I said I was glistening.
You're carrying it all on your back.
Let's not say that now. I have to play a season in a few months.
I meant socially and like making it fun.
No. Yeah.
Not that he's a gamer. He's just fun.
I'm just like fun to be around. Keep me around.
Yeah.
So he didn't have control there in Milwaukee. He ended up like becoming a challenge threat. He put himself in a lot of the like hero positions, and came through for his tribe, but it seemed like that painted him as a big threat immediately. I think.
Oh, I know why you. Now I know why you were saying. Did you watch? I was getting what you were saying flip flopped about what season. That's why.
Yeah.
I swear, I know what's happening.
Yeah.
But so he was kind of doing a lot for the people on his tribe, and they were like, "Oh, I don't want to play against that when we do individual stuff."
Yeah. And
he's a strong little witch. Is that what he wants me to call him? I guess, would he be a wizard?
I think he wants to be a witch.
Oh, okay. Love that for him.
Yes. Okay. So I think Nick, his main issue ended up being Amelia. I think the way that she shared information and threw him under the bus.
She went out with a bang.
Yes. And I don't think he when they swapped, I don't think he had control over the narrative anymore in a way that she did. And so even though she goes out, she kind of drags him down with her, because everyone, all of a sudden, there's this Nick is the main character of the story in these couple of middle votes. And all of a sudden, everyone is like, Nick, I want to keep him around, but he's just so chaotic. I want to keep Nick around, but he's so schemy. And I'm like, man, I hadn't even seen this on screen. But all of a sudden, there's this narrative flip with Nick, and everyone's sort of we cannot keep him around. I think,
Amelia kind of opened the curtain for him. He was the Wizard of Oz. He was behind the scenes into the Witch of Oz, and was doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff that people didn't know until Amelia brought it to the surface. And and then that kind of what we were saying about what we were saying earlier. It's people need an excuse to vote someone off. And this was one of those things.
Yeah. I do think also you can't, and I don't think actually it was a hinky vote early on, everyone thought that they were going to have a 5-1 vote on Joey, but they had a 4-2, and it was Nick also with Joey voting for Addie. And it seems like Nick thought that was going to be the vote, but there was also a chance it was a hinky vote. And I just think you cannot be on the wrong side of the vote, and you cannot be throwing hinky votes if you're the one seen as a schemer. If you are the kind person who no one would ever expect, hinky votes really get you far. But if you are already seen as a schemer and a big threat, I think hinky votes are always going to come back on you.
Yeah.
I really wanted to do it even in our first vote in season 8. And there's they actually didn't show it, but there's a part of me, I walk up and I go, I really want to throw this on somebody, but I know that I'm often seen as a big threat, and so I just can't do it. Even though it's more fun, I can't do it. Yeah. And then Dan adds a good point. Just own it.
Yeah.
I think because Nick said he got it twisted in his brain, and he thought it was supposed to be for Addie, but it ended up being for Joey. Just own it at that point.
You have to.
I don't think you're gonna be buried by just being wrong side of the vote and getting mixed up. Let's go ahead and move on to our next vote out. The next person voted out is Dick. Oh, that's very kind, Dan.
Yeah. I text him, can I have my pink blanket?
Yeah. So this one, I have been very kind.
Being cozy for this.
Richard, I'm gonna have to be a little bit meaner. Let me say
I'll just sit back.
Yeah. Let me say the positive things.
Or do we want to do the positive at the end? Do we want to do one positive? We'll do a sandwich.
Okay,
we'll do an Oreo.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do the positive now, and then we can end with positive.
We can end with a cherry on top.
I don't think it's all bad. Dick was willing to throw a name out in this season where he wasn't with season 8. I just got nothing from him, and again, he was kind of doing the calculus in season 8 of I have the minimum majority, and then he was giving nothing to everyone else. And so it was just he had immunity in his first round. So in round 1, he was willing to throw names out. But then we get to the rest of the game, and I think Dick's biggest issue was time. He never had time on his vote. I'm kidding. That's what he said. I think he's incredibly indecisive. I think he goes in and is I have no idea what I want to do. and like has a hard time making decisions.
Do you feel like there's like a hard line for him to strategize? Like, if I were to pick this person, it's maybe like he has a hard time moving extra steps. It's like he's like frozen in time of like, I don't know what to do because I'm not really thinking too far ahead.
Yes, I think that's incredibly incredibly well put. Okay, this is going to sound really harsh, but I just need to say it. Okay. And I know he was drunk, so push back.
Yeah.
Trinity would be willing to push
there's
back.
Consequences to actions.
Yes. I think his jury. Yes, I think his jury performance showed a tendency towards self-centeredness, and I think if you are someone who is self-centered and unable to maybe understand other people's stories, you are never going to be good at Survivor because you can never consider what they're doing. Mm-hmm. And so I think what happens with Dick, particularly with his jury question, is it was just like every person coming into the room, he's like, I need to know why you voted for me. I need to know why you voted for me. And then they're in the round table and he is like dominating conversation about like, well, what about my vote? And it's just like, Dick, man, like you are not the hero of the story. Like you are a good character. You are part of the story. They're all part of the story, but brother, you are not the center of the story. And that is your problem, is you could not see that you were not the center of the story and that other people were having conversations when you were believing that things were going to go one way. And so I think that, again, that feels harsh because it feels closer. It's like character adjacent. That's not necessarily what I mean. I just think like you got to be willing to consider other people's.
It's like I understand being bitter. Like I understand being bitter about being voted out, but and I am someone who had to really go through a lot of emotions when voting for someone who voted for me to be out, or at least I had to vote for the person who planted a fake advantage and got me out. And she was the only person I told. And she knew.
Yes.
And I voted for her to win because I thought she fucking duped my ass and I gotta eat a slice of humble pie. I think maybe if there was a sober mind during that tribal, during that final tribal, like maybe we could have seen something different. Because we all know that like alcohol can add to that mindset of thinking about yourself and like, you know, feeding on those parts, those insecurities that we have of ourselves. And it could be, you know, challenging to think, okay, I want to vote for someone who didn't fuck me over. And that's not really what the game's about. In my opinion, I know that there's a lot of different ways to interpret Survivor in that type of gameplay. I wasn't the biggest fan of how much time was taken during that final tribal council when I love you, Will. I'm trying to be a teacher. I'm trying like that teacher in me. I'm really trying to paint this picture of like I want to empathize, but at the same time, when I'm hearing behind the scenes we're being a little icky and just being a little rude or being, I don't know, when Dan gives me like information of like, it wasn't good, I go, oh, it wasn't good, because you know, Dan and I are very nice. Like I feel like if Dan were here, he'd probably be saying the same thing. Like we want to be kind to people, but it takes a lot for someone to be like, oh, it was a lot to handle. And like hearing that like there other people couldn't talk because he didn't get the answer he wanted, or hearing like taking time up from other people. I don't know. There's a line, and I think it was crossed.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think we just have to be like, you can blame it on alcohol, but I think like taking the feedback of like very often drunk words are sober thoughts. And
or at least not even like, sober thoughts, but demons that come out.
Yeah, totally. And I think
you don't have that filter anymore.
Yes, exactly.
You don't have that shield you've been putting on, or that mask you have on.
Yeah.
It comes
and so
right
just
off.
Willing to hear this. And I do want to say, like, I can sometimes have a problem in games of seeing people's perspectives, because I have self-centeredness. Like, I know we all do, but like, I totally get that. Yeah, I totally get that. Like, in my first game, I got blindsided hard at 6. Like, thought I was like literally like, this sets me up for my final 3. Already have my jury speech, and then it's a 5-1 Jimmy, and I'm just like, what? I had no idea what was happening.
Oh, I'm sorry that happened.
Oh, it was awesome.
It was awesome. It's awesome now, right?
Yeah. Devin was talking about on the stream, like, rather wanting to go out to an idol than being blindsided. Oh, I think blindsides are awesome. And I
do too. I don't like being I literally just told this today. I'm like, I like being on the other side of a blindside, not on the bad side of a blindside. Yeah. It's really the best feeling of knowing, oh my God, I just did that and I lied to their face and they're out, and holy shit. That's crazy. Yeah. But
okay,
for Dick,
yeah. Or if you
hopefully you learn from this. That's all you can do.
Yeah. That really is all you can do. Let's go ahead and go to Queen Kayla, my mom's favorite player.
Kayla, the sweetest.
Yes.
I love the character she plays.
Oh, she's so fun. Yes.
Yeah. I love it.
I'm gonna say it. More people need to be pick-me's. I'm sorry, but I would rather watch it. I'd rather watch entertaining stuff on my YouTube than people just being like, this is what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so obviously no one is ever calling Kayla a pick-me.
No.
This is a projection.
Vincent is.
But yes. But I don't care. I would rather people play characters. I'm a pick-me and I don't care. So
yeah, I think Kayla, I don't know how I'll play. We'll have to see. I've never been like recorded in this way. So like we'll see what happens in the future. Yeah. I don't know what type of character I'll play. I want to maybe be a borderline Kayla with Dan. I don't know. I want to be I want to be catty behind the scenes. I feel like that's what I'll be. I'll be catty behind the scenes. And I think that could be fun. But for Kayla, she's both. She's like unhinged. And well, I think this game she was playing, like she said, I feel like there was a lot of growth with Kayla for the second chance.
I agree. Yeah. In what ways for you?
Because she didn't really know anything about Survivor with her original season. And I think she was really strategic. Like we were talking about earlier with the Jamil boat. I think there was a lot of growth with her of like learning how to play the game. However, if she were to play again, I would say because I know that there was like pre things happening behind the scenes that like I know Devin said she had to take out, and I didn't know this either. That like she had a lot of feelings towards Will, and I can't blame her because I am an emotional player, and I mean I play like stupid traders, Zoom traders, and I can't help but go, or even drunk survivor. I'm like, Vishal's gonna. Vishal voted me out, the little bitch. I'm never gonna play with him again. But wait, why is Will saying what?
Because you said I can't blame her. But what you meant was like
I can't blame her for being emotional. And then like it was really crazy because I was like, why is she really like gunning for Will? Like I was like, where's this coming from? Like, why does she now it makes sense? Because I thought they would be a really cool duo. Like I really thought they would work well together, and really sad that they couldn't get past that. But at the same time, I can understand though having those feelings of like that person said my name behind my back, and I can never trust them again. So I like in a previous game they played. So it's like
totally.
That's hard to move past, especially when I didn't say the word. But no, I can't blame her. But at the same time, and this is me saying it to myself, like sometimes you have to like compartmentalize and just be like, this is the game I want to play. And I have to kind of think about how long do I need to use Will for? Like how long should I until I have to like, you know? And I think she didn't have that. And I think that just comes with time and growth and learning from the mistakes you play. And I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I think also like she and Will are not in gameplay, but in like some personality things, not like entirely. They're a little too parallel. Sometimes I think that they're both a little
because they both like to play a little bit of spicy, chaosy, but at the same time being honest. But like there was a I can't tell. Was Kayla the one lying? Like,
Yes,
is
Kayla
that
lied.
what was
Yeah.
happening? Like, Kayla was kind
Yeah.
of. Do you think she believed though that's what happened, or did she know it was a lie? Or was it
I
kind
think
of her own truth that she thought was happening, or do you think it was a lie that she kind of made up and was like, I need to like kind of keep pinning it?
Yeah. So I think that the chat might need to help us with this because I didn't rewatch all the way to here. I just rewatched early on.
Because I also like had those questions when I was watching it. So
she pins her what Dan says is she pinned her Nick vote on Will. But it was clearly her.
Oh my god. So did she do that
but
on
then
purpose? Or what did she think? Was she
so
gunning for
okay, I
Will at that
remember now.
point?
I remember now. So she and Will talked before the vote, and she was like, I think I'm gonna vote for Nick. And then she's like, should I do it? Should I vote for Nick? And Will said something to the effect of, you do whatever you want, girl.
Oh yeah, okay.
Will then and so I do think that Kayla pinning it on Will was obviously her lying, but I do think that she was not lying, but misunderstood what Will was saying when she said, Will told me I should, when Will was saying, you do whatever you want, girl. Yeah. I do know Will also considered voting for Nick if Kayla didn't, and then pinning it on Kayla.
Yes, I
And
remember
that
that confessional before Will voted.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. And so I think that if you are going to lie about someone, we have seen time and time again, just don't let it be about Will in a game. I think Will has a reputation for good reasons of being very honest, very straightforward. And so it's like if it's a he said, she said, I think when you are playing games and he said, she said with someone who is seen as incredibly honest, then you're just never going to win that that he said, she said. Of course, this is Will's mist and his pockets. I know. I have decided that I'm gonna start having all of the worst people on this at any season I'm on say my mist, so that it just destroys it for everyone else.
There you go. Sorry. Dan came in. I asked for some chapstick, and he comes in. He has like globs of chapstick all over. I'm like this. That's so funny. I can't.
Cheers.
Cheers. I have my Vaseline. That's so funny. Okay.
And yeah, as Will said, to her credit, it did work on Nick believed her. And so that's why.
That's so good. That is so cool. I'm sorry. I think my edible just hit. For overtime. It's been what? It's been an hour.
It's been an hour. So, yeah, we're doing great.
Here we go. This is how we go. So I'm thinking like that's so fucking cool. Like Kayla is like so badass. Like she did that. She did that, and then she was able to like say that Nick bought into it. Like that's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
I think. And no notes. 10 out of 10.
Yes. I do think.
I think Kayla it did hurt her though.
Yes. Oh, totally. And like I think that I think she did grow in terms of like she is finding her voice. Obviously, she's always had a really strong, good voice, but I think like she has a better grasp of how the game works and all that. I think I agree. I think she wanted.
I think we were talking about how Dick couldn't think 2-3 steps ahead. Kayla was thinking that. She was able to do that, and she was doing that on her original season. But I don't think she was just as aware that she was doing it, and I think that is again growth.
Yes, totally. And I think, and I think what's the hard part though is like Kayla really wanted feedback before the game, and so she got a ton of feedback. I think she tried to integrate everything, and she was trying to do like way too much, play like a perfect, enormous big game. And I think what Will says here is like sort of encapsulating what I'm trying to get at is like she did a big chaotic move,
and
every round.
And you know what? That's so great to hear that, because I'm thinking about also, I can't help but think about how I play, or at least how I played, is like there were times I was able, because she never really won an immunity. She never had that ability to just go, it's good. I don't need to talk right now. I'm going to let people. And this is something I talked to Dan about, and this is something maybe Kayla can work on. It's something I need to work on, and that I have always worked on. I want to be a leader, and I want to help people, and I want to take charge. But in these types of games, it's best. And Dan plays the type of game like I would want to be just listening to other people. And something I know having ADHD is like, I want to like interject and interrupt you and be in charge and show that I am great. And it's just like, you can't do that if you want to win this type of game, because people need to see that you can listen and just exist, like how Nick just exists. Sometimes you can just exist and say things and then just sit in the back. And maybe Kayla can do that in a future game if she were to play. I'm interested to see how Will was saying, if she's able to turn it off for a moment and just listen and see and not say anything and to see what happens. Yeah. I'm interested to know how that could look like for her. And maybe that could be a way to like give her a push to get to the top 5 in a game.
Yeah.
I can see that for her.
And Maddie kind of says exactly what happens a little bit in season 8. Like we had so many yappers and personalities, and that her gameplay slays with
that's a really good insight, because that's something I didn't even think about with that type of tribe. Her original tribe too, and then when it switched, and then when it became merged, those are big personalities in there. Like those are
this
big
is an enormous
players.
Personality cast. Yes. And so I think I truly think Kayla has like all the elements to be an all-time player. I think she works best in like a duo or a trio, because then she can use all of her energy.
Yeah, she's able to work back. She's really great at, what's the word? Collaborating.
Yeah.
She's a great collaborator.
I
would work with
this
her.
season.
Though she is a little chaotic for me. I would have a hard time feeling control over that relationship, which is something that's important to me. Of feeling like, okay, I have control over, like, if I say something, she won't go and say it to someone else. Like I don't know if I could trust her in that regard. I don't know. Cause like I said, like big yappers, what information can we keep to ourselves? So I'm curious to see that. Maybe that could be feedback going into like, try to keep information to yourself as much as possible too.
Yeah. I think that's good, because she's like one of like 7 kids or something like that.
Holy shit. I think that there's holy shit.
Yeah.
And I thought having 3 other siblings was a lot.
And her parents are also foster
Is
parents.
She a middle child?
I actually think she's on
the youngest.
I think she might be oldest.
Holy no way.
But I don't remember. I don't remember. I think I'm making things
Kayla
up. But her parents have fostered like over hundreds of kids.
Oh my God, so that's incredible.
So she has this like always going energy, connect with everyone around you. And so I think that works best when you can have someone who can match your energy and sort of like you said, collaborate. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to our next person now. Big blindside. We have Kira next.
Oh no!
Voted out. Yeah.
No, this was so hard to watch. I literally went, holy shit. I was like so flat. And okay, wait, my mom. Did I wait? I sent you this, Jimmy, yesterday. My mom goes,
yes.
Yeah, that one girl, she got fucked. That's what I was. I went, who is that? She goes, one with glasses. I'm like, well, there's a Maris, and then there's Kira. She goes, Kira, she got fucked. And I was like, yeah, Mom, she did. I agree. Yeah. She's got really liked Kira. I'm like, I love Kira to death. Yeah,
Kira's the best. And that's it's what she's good at. Kira has defenders everywhere, because Kira's easy to get along with.
Yeah, I trust her.
She's calm, good presence. Yes,
what she disarming. Says to me, I know is true.
Yes,
like I know, and even if it's not true, I won't be mad. Like I'm just over.
Yeah,
like
right.
I don't think she would ever lie to me. She did vote Dan during Traders, so.
That's fun. Just a reminder that Dan did kill me in Traders, but
just a reminder, I killed Dan. Well, I didn't kill him. I just banished his ass.
Yes, great job.
Yep. Team Jimmy.
So I don't like with Kira's game. I think she just plays such a great game.
She played a great game. She play the idol.
I think yes, that's it. And in her confessional,
just like Annika.
I think this was her vote out. She was like, I wanted to play a different game. I didn't want to be reliant on idols. And truth is, sometimes I think people like, people like overcorrect. You like get out because of this one thing, but it's something you're like good at. that doesn't necessarily mean don't do it. It just means do it in more calculated ways. Or so I just like, I would never want Kira's great at finding idols. She's great at recognizing when she needed to and being in the know in all of that things, because she's always in the know. And so I think if she is just like, you know what, like I know what I'm good at, and
no one knew about her idol, correct?
Yeah, right. And honestly,
isn't that interesting? Isn't that like, you would think if you get an idol, you would think, I don't want to tell anyone. And in her case, it's like she should have told people, because that's her biggest game strength.
They would have told her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan would have told her immediately, like, play it, because he knew that Amaris was going to play her idol. Right?
Yes.
Is that correct? Is that how it went? Yeah, Amaris, or no, Maddie. I get this mixed up.
This was Maddie.
This was Maddie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Maddie, iconic that Maddie played it.
Oh, totally. And I think that this play is gonna come up a little bit more, but I loved Maddie. Well, we'll talk about that soon.
Yeah, we have time.
Yeah, I just think like for a lot of players, like, know your strengths and don't like downplay those things.
It's so hard in the moment, though.
Yeah.
Because you would think you were so sure with the people around you that, like, because who was it that voted Kira? Maddie?
It was Vincent and Maddie. And so
those motherfuckers.
Vincent and Maddie vote Kira. Will votes Maris, and then everyone else votes Maddie. And so Ben knew that Maddie was going to play her idol and that Kira was being voted out, but he tried to save face and voted for Maddie there. Yeah.
Shit. I can't. Oh, Ben.
Let's go ahead and climb out of some pockets now and talk about Will.
Sweet little Will.
So,
Will, have you gotten our Christmas card yet?
Just so you know.
I don't think so. Jimmy, you're getting one too.
Okay. Oh, lovely.
Okay. Well, the reason why I want to know is because there's a special little surprise in Will's. So I just want to know. There is one in yours too, Jimmy, but I just want to know. I think you guys will get it tomorrow or Tuesday.
Fun. I will let you know. Richie now wants one.
Maybe. I was going to bring I'm letting you know, I have a bunch of pictures printed out and everything, and I forgot to bring them to Milwaukee. So the next time I see everyone, I'm going to give everyone pictures. So, sorry, Richie.
Okay. So Will is clearly, let's go and talk about Will. Will is clearly very good at a lot of things in this game.
He's just really
Will
good.
Is stuck in the 5 to 7 range.
Will is
sort of his diagnosis. He says he always is going to get 5th to 7th. I want to hear from you, Trent.
Why do I think Will got that far? Like, why is it that he gets that far and he's gone?
I want to know why he can't get past that point.
Yeah. Well, he needs to remember when he does battle backs, and that when he wins them. That's one thing he needs to do. That hurts my feelings that you don't remember. But I think Will's presence is a wonderful presence, but it's also very intimidating. And maybe you just need to get a little shorter. When I first met Will, I went, he's gorgeous and wonderful, and I love him. And he's so charming, and he's really strong. And holy shit, I don't know if I can beat that. I had him sweating behind me, but he beat me. And it's like, he is so good at things like this. And then you're going, what do you do for work? He's like, I'm a therapist. And I'm like, fuck, I'm not going to beat him.
Yes.
And maybe that's why I don't think it's anything he's doing wrong. I don't think, I just think maybe he needs to be with even stronger players. I don't know. Like, it needs to be like 12 Wills in a cast. Like, they all have to be the same height. They all need to be therapists. They all need to be hunky, beautiful men. I don't know. Is that how he gets far? We'll see.
I actually had almost the exact same feedback as you.
Oh my God, we're the same person.
I know. He is a presence. And he's not just a presence physically, but even his personality is a presence. And like you said, it's a wonderful, beautiful presence.
It's like, how dare you be like amazing? Like,
yeah. You like walk in.
That's our feedback.
Yeah. You're a very different person than this, but you remember Caleb in a few seasons back in Real Survivor with he had the afro. He played the whatever it's called, the dice, and they were just like, it's just like you're tall and perfect and social, and it's just like you're a really intimidating presence in the game.
Yeah, you just need to be like not.
Yes. And so I think recognizing that means a couple of things. I think you have to sort of like take a little bit of a backseat early on in new games, right? But I think once people sort of already know you and already are getting, because I don't want you to not be yourself. Like these are just
and
games.
he gets far in Traders. Like when he played that Traders game, he got far with also other beautiful hunky men, and then like they all got together and they got to the end, but then he also was duped. So it's like, what do you do?
Right.
It's like you could be with like a bunch of people that you don't know and they don't know you. It's honestly like depending on who you're playing with, and it's depending on who knows you too, or if they know you, if you're in LRGs. Like this is hard.
Well, so I think that Ben or Will can do. Ben types so much in the chat that
he's a lot. I'm happy that I'll become Richie if the chat's in front of me. So my ADHD. I did not take my meds today, so I'm gonna be like, what? I'm happy I'm on the same. I'm able to have. We're doing great, Jimmy. We're doing great.
We're doing so great.
We're fucking killing it.
Will's feedback.
Cast more hunky men. I mean, Will, like, I think that's why you did well in All Stars. Like, yeah, you had a battle back, and you did well, like, going in to All Stars. Like, Pete, you were able to like talk to people. I don't know. It was just he does a great job at communicating with people, and he's so good at putting people on blast if he's going down too. Like he is incredibly aware, and like a lot of people's confessionals, I'm scared of Will because they are not as on and witty and able to clock your ass immediately. And that's probably why I get into I have a really hard time being fast and witty. And when I am fast and witty, it's something fucking stupid. Like I can't. And he's just good at it. And I go, that scares me. Like he's him and Dan and you, like it just, you guys are able to be on. And it takes me, like, I'll be in the shower the next day, be like, I should have said that. That would have been better. Like I do that all the time. Like I feel intimidated by that type of presence, like, or that type of personality. If they're really good at just like wittiness and being on point immediately and have like a reference right on hand. Like, what is it what was the episode title? What was it that Will said?
Oh, it wasn't an episode title, but it should have been. Or are you talking about the
poop and shit? What was it?
You want to be a girl who poops or
a bitch that shits or something like that?
Yes, that's what it was. Yeah.
Like, that's so fucking cool. Like, Will would say that. Like, I would never say that. Like he says this crazy shit, and it's like always on point too.
Yes. Yes. But I think what Will needs to recognize, and actually I've texted with Will a little bit about this, and so
paragraphs and essays.
Oh yes, always. Is that he is just never going to be someone's ride or die. He's, especially once you get to the merge, like he is such too intimidating of a presence that like no one is really gonna like. Obviously there are exceptions, but like no one is really going to ever actually want to work with Will. And I think Will is like a pretty.
Or do you think they want to work with Will, but they're scared of a final tribal council with Will?
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Is that why you're saying that?
Yes.
Dan in the chat, do you feel the same way? Do you feel like you would have been fine having Will be in your top? I'm curious.
Yeah, I'll let you know if he responds. He does say he was Kira's ride or die. But even
I would
then,
say that like, too. But also, Kira was with Dan as well.
Yeah, and
which way would she have gone? Who knows?
Dan says I always wanted to work with Will.
Oh, wait, is that true?
I think like my general point here is that like, and Will is a very emotive person. Like feels things very deeply. Like wants to like bond with someone and just like move with them. But sometimes in games you got to recognize like. People aren't going to tell me everything, and that's okay. People aren't necessarily going to work with me to the end, and that's okay. And I don't have to give up. Like I have to find and maneuver and find other ways to get to the end. Like when they voted out, he also needs to find a Tony, like two-turn Tony. Tony was always going to be loyal to me, and I was always going to be loyal to Tony, but and I love that.
No, Jimmy, you and I are the same. I always see that one person who I know is my ride or die. Like that's like I think that's how I got far in my original season. I had Fabio. He was fucking fire, and I loved him. And right away we locked in, and he never like I took him to the final two.
Yeah,
and it's just how it is. Like you have to have that one person, you know.
I agree.
Like,
yeah,
that you trust wholeheartedly.
We'll get to your comment
I didn't get to read that.
Dan. Oh, it's okay. Oh, whoops.
Like, can't read.
Yeah, I'll bring it up when we actually talk about Dan.
No, that's so far away from now.
Yes. And so
Will is this good?
He says, clock me about realizing alliances don't mean that they'll disclose everything.
Oh.
It really it's like, and it's totally okay. We're in a game. Like, I know.
Will's the best. He's such a good human, and I think he's great, and I think that's why people are threatened by it.
Yeah.
And honestly,
I'm just kidding.
Fuck them.
I'm really interested to hear your thoughts of this next one, because I think well, I'll save it. Our next person voted out is another person idled out. One vote for this person gets him out, and that was our dear friend Ben.
Oh yeah. I love Ben.
I'm so glad I love so tell Ben. Me, what do you love about Ben?
Ben, I think the
reason
why Ben, I know. I love Ben because he really does care about getting to know people and wants to pull you in and wants that. And like, he and I are very similar. And I think that's why we butt heads. Like him and I are very similar. And the reason why I don't think I could like play with, like, I don't know how Dan was able to play with him, because I have no control over Ben whatsoever. And Dan didn't even need to have control over it. Dan was fine. He didn't have to do that. I would have been freaked the fuck out. Like I can't work with Ben. Like Ben has too many things going on, and I want to do that. He can't do it either. Like I want to have a lot of things going on in a web, and he can't. And I think that's why I can't work with someone like that. But that doesn't mean he's not
that's really interesting.
Like that's why he's not that he's a good player.
Oh, and he is totally a good player.
He is, again, I think, triple the amount, thinking 20 steps ahead. I mean, remember at the beginning of the season when he was like taking out his pad of paper that would just, and a fake one, of course, this is like,
sure.
It was like a list, and it would just start flipping, like folding out more and more of all the things he plans on doing and how he's going to get to the final tribal council. And it's like the first episode. And like he's already thinking about what is going to happen, which is so incredible. His brain's able to do that, like truly. And like I could see how tired he was at the end there, like at the end when he got voted. I could just see how tired he was. I'm like, oh my god, he's exhausted. He's been playing so fucking hard since the beginning. And I think maybe honestly, I have no idea how he gets out of this. It was, I'm telling you, like when I went into this episode, I went, okay, it's either Amaris or Ben. And when Amaris played her idol, I was like, fuck, it's going to be Ben, and Amaris is going to go next if she doesn't win immunity. And that's when I look over at Dan, I go, Dan, do you fucking win this season? Do you win? And I'm literally like sitting there, I'm like, do you win this? Like, how do you, because Ben and Amaris are in that same category of threat level, right?
Yeah.
And so with Ben, I feel like he had to either win immunity or he was going to get voted out, either this round or the next. And same with Amaris. So I know, and I talked to him just the other day. Like he was like, I was devastated. I'm like, fair.
Yeah.
So fair.
No, you can see it too. You can again, the Dementor, thank you. The Dementor just like pulls his soul out, right?
Yeah. Just like that. Like full on. I feel so bad, but at the same time, I went, oh, I fucking knew it because I knew Amaris had an idol. Because it's like I'm the viewer, right? I'm like, oh, I knew that she had an idol, and I knew she was gonna play it because she's Amaris. And so
that was also your Nick voice, by the way.
All right. So yeah, I adore Ben, and he's so wonderful to work with when you're playing traitors, and you know he's a traitor. He's wonderful.
Right.
And
until he kills you.
And until he kills you, but then I murder him. But yeah, no, and I hope the feedback we give Ben is that maybe you didn't have to play that hard at the beginning.
Yeah.
I really don't think he needed to. I don't think he needed to cause that much chaos. I really don't. What do you think?
Yeah, probably not. Although it ends up like Ben tells the truth enough that it ends up blowing back on Nick and other people to where it's like, I think Ben, again, is incredibly social player. He is incredibly disarming. I've used that word a lot, but I think a lot of this cast, honestly, is like incredibly social and disarming. And so I think that it like works to his benefit a little bit, but I do think you're right. Like the thing I said before the game was like, I knew in Midwesterners that he had gotten voted out like 8th or 9th because he made a big move. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, you were sort of already in the driver's seat for like a winner pick. You almost like don't need to do that early. Because there's sort of like, and I hate that this is a reality, but you walk into an LRG and within like 20 minutes, you could probably be like, these 4 people are like winners, even if they don't do much, just because of sort of who they are. They sort of have this like benefit from sort of social norms reality. And Ben is just one of those people, but he also loves to play really hard. And so I think he's incredible at doing it. Like his run.
And I think he was a threat going into this season. Everyone knew.
He was.
Because he was talking to everyone prior to this, like, and thinking again with that pad of paper folding out. He was doing that before the game even started. So
I think my feedback would have been like, he doesn't have to do the like stay on the right side of the vote thing. He's already social enough. So like when he votes for Maddie, even though he knows Maddie's playing her idol, he votes for Maris, even though Maris is playing her idol. I don't think he needs to like necessarily do that because he's already going to get a lot of votes. I know you're like saving face. And so I think
like
that's
thinking about jury.
Like, I think that's overplaying. And even Maris is like, he kind of like, he's doing this safe. I can't remember how she put it, but like he's doing this safe face thing. This is what she said in confessional. He's doing the safe face thing, and I just like don't really respect that. I'm just like, allow yourself.
You're gonna say it all at the fucking end if you get there. If you do what you want to do what you feel is necessary in that moment, rather than thinking about what the jury thinks, because you're gonna tell them all at the end.
Right, Dan. I don't think about you at all. I don't think about you at all. So. Okay, let's go ahead. Any other thoughts on Dan or Ben?
No. Oh, but shout out to my mom who she loves Ben.
Oh.
And I have to text her and be like, "Have you finished it yet?" They like when I last talked to her last night, she just watched Dan choke on the crab. And I guess my parents are cackling. They're only dying laughing because they just know how sensitive Dan is when it comes to food.
That was as
fucking
someone
hilarious.
Who has done a season
I was
where
low-key embarrassed.
I would. Did you get the ick? Just kidding. Don't answer.
No, I didn't get the ick. I went, that's a little embarrassing. That's what I did. Like,
okay, ick adjacent. I know. And Ben or Dan, do not play seasons where you like don't eat and have to sleep out in the woods because they make you eat some like wild things. I'm just gonna tell you.
I love that.
So the crab gave me the ick. Speaking of Queen Maris.
Maris is in the chat.
You know what's wild? Near the end, like obviously he was drunk, but Dick could not say Maris's name. And then I'm like
did he say it like Kayla?
I think he said Mara. Kayla also. Maris.
You're talking to Tiffany right now. I get it.
At the early beginning of the game, like Dick could say it well, and so I don't know what happened.
Wow.
But let's go ahead and talk about
alcohol made
Maris.
it harder for him.
Yes. Our robbed goddess of the game.
Let's talk about Maris.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna say for everyone to know, like Maris is so cool, and I love her so much, and she is like so good at these games, and
yes,
she is like, I want her brain as a, it's like the Virgo. Her and Dan have the same birthday, but like Dan was, of course, born earlier. And with that, like something about a Virgo brain with puzzles, like I want that. Like I'm really good at puzzles, but not like to the Maris Dan level. Like there's something about the stars and the moon that align with their birthdays when it comes to puzzles and doing math. Maris, are you good at math? Let me know.
I would assume that, I don't know, I'm sorry, I don't know anything about astrology, but I would assume then that Capricorns are bad at puzzles, because that is true for me.
I'm just a fiery Aries and I try really hard. No,
she's
not good at math. Oh. Well, Dan's
we found
like
the thing she's
somehow
bad
really,
at.
I think maybe that's a Stoddy thing. Stoddies are just weirdly good at math and they talk about it and it's weird. And now my last name is now Stoddy and I'm like, I can't talk like that. I can't. I'm just married into this. But for Amaris, there is nothing she could have done differently. To be fair, I think that she already had a target going into this, and her and Dan, I talked to Dan. Dan was like, I wasn't going to take you to the end, and honestly, like fair, because it's just like Dan was playing this game of I have threats around me, and I'm going to vote them all out before I get to the end, so that I would be then that next threat because people don't know me that well here. Yeah, because they didn't. I knew that about Dan, and I could have told anybody that is something he would have done, but like no one else knows that. They saw him not even get to merge, you know?
Yeah, right.
I've seen him get to almost the end with other things that he's played, but other people don't know that. And so like they all underestimated him in the way that he does it. And Amaris, I think, didn't like, I think she knew that about him and was like, I'm still going to work with him because like maybe he would take me to the end if like, depending on what formula happens to happen at the very end. Who knows, like if someone else was still in the game, like what would happen if things didn't go the way other people wanted the vote to happen. So things, I don't know. I think there was nothing we could say about Amaris's game that she could have done differently. She had to play the idol prior. Like she had to.
She played it at 5.
She played it correctly.
Yep.
What else do you do? What do you think? Do you have any? I have no feedback. Like I would have played if I were Amaris, I would have played the same way. Like she had this. It's almost like the same way Ben did, but Amaris wasn't talking to everyone. Just everyone knew she's played games prior and has done well. So it's just kind of the reputation again. I think kind of bites you in the ass.
Yeah, totally. I've been like trying to think about what I would say for Amaris. I mean, she's just incredible at these games. Like, what am I? I've played 2-3 LRGs. Like, what am I supposed to tell the queen of LRGs? And I feel bad saying that, but I think like you have to like find someone who is also a massive threat and just be like, you know what? Like the only way we're getting to the end is if we force fire at 4 with someone else. And one of us either wins that and we're both there, or one of us loses that. And like, then we just battle it out at the end.
Yeah.
And so I think especially in returnee seasons, she's battling uphill, but I mean, she clearly battled uphill incredibly well. I think her and Ben to have the threat level that they had coming in and then do as well as they did.
The
rock goddess. Yeah.
Because I'm just thinking if Kira was still in this, like if Kira played her idol, like what could have happened, right? And like where this could have gone, like who knows what the final 3 would have been. I truly believe that. Like you could, if you were in the chat down there, like this would have, I'm like, you never know. So because like again, another idol could be found or an advantage or whoever wins immunity. Like you just never know. There's a lot of luck with these games. And I believe that like Amaris really didn't need luck until the very end. And like playing that, like she was playing a great game. No one was, I mean, people were putting her name out there, but nothing was sticking. Vincent's over there in the corner, like, we should do it. And like Dan's like, no, not yet. And then Vincent's like, why, you idiot? And then Dan's like, no, I'm gonna do what I want. And then here we are.
Yeah, those are incredible.
I do great impressions. Call me.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. We're an hour 40 minutes in.
Fuck yeah.
Words are starting to not come to me, so I'll just need you to finish.
Damn.
I know. I'll need you to finish
We're
my
almost done.
sentence. No, we're good. We're good. Yeah, I also, for those who don't know, I preached and did a memorial service this morning, and so I am getting wiped. But yeah, I think Amaris is really good at these games. I think she it was really dangerous threat. I think you're right. She had to win out at the end. And honestly, for a lot of these threats, like, and I know that there was some recognition. They tried to take Maddie out at 7 or whatever that was. But I think that there's this sense of like, it kind of happened in the same way in 8, where there were like 3 people who really needed to go to the end with each other because they were the sort of like least threatening of anyone else. And all of the big threats get picked off like one by one leading right up to that, which obviously is like really good Survivor gameplay, particularly from the 3. Maddie played her Idol 6, thank you. But I think the big threats need to like realize that a lot sooner. Like I love Ben's idea of voting out Addie, because it's just like Addie is literally he said this in an episode, like Addie is literally never getting voted out before me if we get to a merge. And so just getting to a point where it's like, okay, at a certain point, I'm so big, so loud, so threatening that like I can't have a single like person taking up the final tribal council spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I feel like if Maris, I were to play with Amaris in the future or something, like I would want my game to be similar to hers for me to get to the end. Like if I were to play, like I feel like that's why Dan had to. He's like, I didn't play as similar as a game as you because you already came in as a huge threat and I came in as an underdog. Like there's there's that line, right, of that reputation we've been talking about. And I feel like we'll just have to see like what would happen if she were to play a different game and like how far she would get. We'll just have to see. I think she has great things in the future. I see it in her future for sure. I see her winning a bunch of shit, and I love that for her.
Yeah, I think
this wasn't her time. You know,
this was a ledger mention. Okay, let's go ahead and get to our final 3. So let's go ahead and start with 3rd place, Maddie. Miss Bittman in the chat. She
shouldn't have been 3rd place, whatever.
Yes, I am, Ben.
Oh, Ben, stop.
Let me just say with our final 3 that like
such a good final 3 though.
Honestly, they were all incredible. I think that they all had a shot and a chance to win. I think that they all deserved votes, and so it was kind of sad.
I was just shocked, like how it went. Like, I was like, I went in going, Maddie could win this, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know how Vincent, it all depends on how he comes off during final tribal council. So,
and I think honestly,
go ahead.
Sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
Oh, good. No, go ahead.
I think he stole all of her votes in final tribal because you kind of listened to that
because Dan did a really good job being very clear about how he played his game, and people were mentioning like Maddie was clear but not really owning some of those plays, that Dan was. So but and like at the same time though, I felt that Vincent was hard to navigate. Maybe it was because I was under the influence though when I was watching it, that I was just like, what is he saying? Because there's a lot of tangents, which I can appreciate. I love a tangent. I'm here. Look at us. We're at 10 o'clock right now. And I feel like Dan is able to like just be on the whole time and know how to answer questions and just answer it immediately. And I'm always admired by that. So with Maddie though, like I think that could have been her downfall. Or not could have. It was her downfall.
Yeah, which is wild because in season 7, she had an incredible final tribal like performance, but like no one respected her game going in, and it almost felt like opposite a little bit this. And I don't think she was like that. She's saying my flop. Sorry, we are not saying that you flopped at final tribal.
No,
Maddie, I think
people just Dan just has that ability to annihilate any answer. Like when him and I fight, like it's fucking hard because I want to be I want to be emotional and unhinged and incredibly illogical, and he is illogical and can just answer and remember everything. He remembers everything you say. I can't remember shit. And so he does a really great job in answering questions, and I fucking can't. You know, I see red sometimes. I'm like, just let me be crazy. God damn it. Like, just like, why do you have to be logical all the time? And I think that probably she was really good too. She was really good at saying what she needed to say. I just think Dan did a better job. And for this type of jury.
Yeah. I will say and I'm going to pat myself on the back for this, that I haven't mentioned this yet.
If we were close, it would look like I am.
I don't think you're going to pat me on the back for this. The most emotional I don't know. You don't care that much. The most emotional I've ever seen Dan was last night when the Packers lost to the Bears.
I've seen him more emotional, but.
Well, yeah, no, but I just mean like usually logical, but
usually
it was it's a little rough last night.
Yeah. That's probably why he took a nap. He probably had a hard time sleeping.
Yeah, I want to clarify, Maddie, your Final Tribal was not bad at all. I thought
Vincent wasn't getting any votes. At least one vote. I only saw one vote.
I actually, I disagree with Will.
What did Will say? I didn't get it.
So no, it wasn't in the chat. It was in the edit. He said, one of you is like overselling. And I don't think actually Vincent was overselling. I think he had to. And I think that this is sort of, I think Vincent corrected, I don't know, we're kind of moving on Vincent, but I think he corrected well from season 8 where he like really undersold himself because Nolan and Sam were like literally fighting. It was wild. And it was cringe.
You were there. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was cringe. And Vincent was like good to step back from that, but then he didn't fight for himself about his game.
Yeah. Yep. I can see that.
Yeah, Dan, I hear you, but I also think like he did, there was a lot of intentionality behind the game, and I think he just has to be really bold about that in a Final Tribal. And that's going to turn some people off, but that's sort of his only way to win in that scenario. And so that's why, yeah.
100%.
So let's finish up with Maddie. I think so for Maddie, I think she was really great this season. I think she navigated the middle really well. I think if I could like have
relationships.
Yes, but I think she needed to lock in like more solidly with Vincent earlier, and I think it worked for her, and they ended up being really locked in. But there were a couple episodes, and I wish I had the Amaris, like, people are so flaky this season, and this isn't just for Maddie, this was like for everyone. I was just like, no one wants to like lock in with a group of people. They're like too worried about like, there was just like so much going on where it's just like y'all could have just like gotten together way earlier and made this a lot easier for yourselves.
And something I also want to, oh, sorry, did I cut you off?
Nope.
When I was watching it with Dan the whole season, and Maddie would go into confessionals and Dan would go, what? Like Maddie would go, I love Dan, I want to work with Dan. And Dan's like, what the fuck? I had no idea she like wanted to. Like Dan said to me, it's really hard to read Maddie sometimes. And Dan, that's I think why Dan felt a little bit threatened by Maddie, because it's like, I don't trust her. I don't know why, but she's like saying all the right things sometimes, but like he just couldn't get a lock in with her. And I'm curious to know how Maddie feels about that, because like when Dan's watching back, he's like, what? I had no idea Maddie felt this way. And he was like shocked until the very end. He's like, I had no idea like we could work together. I didn't know she really liked working with me. So I was curious to know how Maddie feels about that, if Dan had even said that to her. But I thought that I was curious about that. And also Maddie played a great I was rooting for Maddie the whole time. And I want Maddie to know, I think she's drop dead gorge. And every time I go, damn, look, she looks so good in the camera right now. Like I literally asked Dan. I could not stop objectifying Maddie on the screen. And I just want her to know that. I just
Sure.
Like just every time she's like, I'm ready for the kid. Like she literally slept on the fucking floor and she wakes up and the sun's hitting her perfect. And she's like, she has like the video camera. And she's like, yeah. So like I'm working with Dan, I'm working with this person. We're gonna kill it. And I'm like, I love this. Like this is great. This is great TP.
Yeah.
She is gorgeous.
Yeah.
And she deserved to get more votes than Vincent. And that's how I feel. I love Maddie too. Vincent, let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's transition to Vincent because I think we're gonna
Vincent.
I think we're gonna disagree a little bit here.
Good. I kind of love
we haven't disagreed.
I
know we need to disagree sometimes. Yeah.
There's something I don't know. I think it's because I was put into this situation. I think it was yesterday where Ben made Dan and Vincent fight in our group chat that we have. And then like I was feeling really stressed out and like Vincent was saying things and then I was feeling defensive of Dan's game and I don't really agree with some of the things Vincent says. And I think it's because I know Dan the best out of everyone here. And no. Ben's like, don't call me. I'm like, no, you side texted me saying I do this on purpose. I'm gonna let you guys fight while we're here kikiing in the other room. And don't play it. I know how to play these games, Ben. With this, what I'm gonna say about Vincent is Dan is calculated through and through since the beginning. He knew exactly what he was doing, and there could have been multiple pathways to getting to the end. And I think the way that Vincent views this is like you have to be a genius at all times and know what's happening at all times and know how the future is going to happen exactly how you planned it in that moment, or else you're a bad game player. And I don't respect that because there's so many different factors that happen, and there's so many different ways that you can play this game and still win. And it doesn't mean, let's say I miscalculated. I am not a calculated person. I'm going to go based on vibes and I'm going to know how to navigate and get to the end. That's kind of how I play it. I'm not like the type of person who like strategically goes and has to do all of it and like have to like kind of how Ben does it, right? Like I like to kind of think ahead, but I don't need to think that far. And with Dan, I think he thought far enough ahead and had enough wiggle room to know that he could go this way, he could go that way, or he could do it this way. And I think the way Vincent argues back, it's like, no, you're wrong. Like vibe counter. But you know, you're wrong. And it's one of those, I don't know. It's like you didn't deserve to win then because you thought this and this at final 7. Like, I don't know. I don't like that. Because this, like I said, it's hindsight 2020.
I think you and Ben should he's sending this over and over. So I think you guys need I think there was a misunderstanding.
No, there isn't. I have receipts. Ben,
maybe I shouldn't bring it up. Maybe I shouldn't bring it up. Okay.
Let me hear.
This is an interesting thought from
yeah, that too. Yeah.
This feels wait.
I forgot
Dan
that
said
happened.
that first. Sorry, Dan said that first. That's why I'm
good.
Okay. So
Dan's smart like that, you know?
I think so I wish I could sort of turn my brain off for like future votes, like you're talking about.
Well, I don't really turn it off, but I am flexible with how things can happen.
And I think
there could be a plan A and a plan B. That's kind of how I play.
Yes. Totally. So you see,
and I'm not going to pick either of those plans.
Yeah, totally. I think like all of what you said is really good. I think that there is sometimes even though Vincent himself is flexible in the games, there's a rigidity with how he like
analyzes it
presents what has happened after. Yes. I think that's 100% right. And that there was always an objectively right and objectively wrong move. I will say where I probably agree with Vincent is the one reality of Maddie's idol play. So the final 7. I think Dan voting for Maddie there is a miscalculation. And I think that because
I guess because he didn't know.
He didn't know she had an idol. And so if Maddie goes out there, I think it's really bad for Dan if Maddie goes out there. And so I think if Maddie goes out there,
that Dan voted Maddie.
Yeah, Dan voted Maddie. I think that Dan has to then go to the end with who is it left?
Maris.
Ben, Maris, and Will. He has to go to the end with one of them,
right,
and then probably loses to one of those people.
Yeah.
And so I agree with you that the rigidity is not what is not like right from Vincent's end. But I also do think that we can like
are you saying like Vincent should like claim that move of like, no, we needed to get a Maris or needed to get Kira? I guess that would have been Kira.
We had to keep. Yeah, Kira. He did not. He was trying to explain this in Final Tribal and did not say that move directly. I rewatched it because I was like, did he even talk about it? Because he needed to be like.
Now that you're saying that, I'm thinking, yeah, okay, and I'm sure Dan goes, yeah, sure, and I'm fine with that. Like that was a decision he made in that moment of like, totally. I could see myself maybe, we all have egos at that point. If you get to this point, you're like, I'm hot shit already, and and probably in Dan's head is like, I'm really good at speaking and like speaking to people and like having them trust me or whatever the case may be. In his brain, he's probably thinking, I could beat all these people if he really tries, or he would be happy to lose to them. And I'm sure ego is getting in there, but at the same time, we all have to think it's the whole package, right? You get to the end and you're saying it, and like you're saying, Vincent didn't clearly state that, and that sucks.
That's part of the calculus.
Yes, and it's like Dan did do a really good job explaining his game and owning his game and being clear. And
I think so too.
Yeah. With Vincent, like I said, there's a lot of tangents. It was really hard to see the bullet points, right? And it's really hard when everyone's so tired too. And I know that was part of the reason why I didn't win my season. I wowed everyone at the beginning, and I did not have momentum, and I wasn't aware enough. Or at least I was tired, and I thought, I already win. Like, because I said all I needed to say at the beginning. That's kind of, and like maybe Vincent felt that way. It's like he kind of had steam, or maybe he felt, or maybe he, like you were saying, he was overselling. I don't know if he was overselling. I feel like I was having a hard time.
I think he just missed a detail and I think he was missing a detail that was really important to.
And maybe if he did run home with that and was able to, like, maybe Dan lost 3-4. Who knows? Maybe a flip vote could have happened.
Yeah, I think Nick was probably the flip, the one that was closest.
And that's why I went on record and I said Nick is smarter than. Who did I say, Ben? Nick is smarter than Ben.
I don't remember.
I think it was Nick. Yeah.
And me saying this, I think this is just a critique of one move and probably where Vincent is getting stuck. I don't think that like this means that Dan should have lost to Vincent. I don't think that.
Like, cool, you did that. That's great.
Yeah, but I think like we're allowed to be like. Also, like that was not the second vote, but that was the vote after the double tribal where Dan had held out, and there was like a period in the middle there where Dan was like very clearly exhausted himself and checked out for a couple rounds. And honestly, you kind of need to do that, and that's probably the best time to do it.
Especially for his brain. Yeah, because I think that was part of the reason why he didn't win that other season he played. That he got far to the end, but he could not get he couldn't even do a Sudoku, the easiest Sudoku in his life, because he was so focused on the social game and like what was being said or what to do if this is a double tribal or whatever the case may be. Yeah. It's hard, man. It's hard out here.
Yeah.
I broke this, Dan. I'm sorry. Just wanted him to know. Anyways,
that's amazing. One more note on Vincent. I do think I brought it up, or I brought up the comment earlier because I do think him like overselling that Amaris should play an idol on Ben actually really hurt his chances with the jury, at least with some jury people, because I don't
remember him saying that.
Yeah, it was like he was acting like he was going to vote for Ben, and he was trying to sell Ben so that Amaris would play an idol so that they could vote out Amaris. And I think his reasoning for doing that has been like, well, I'm going to do like everything I can, and he sells that well in Final Tribal. Like he says, I'm going to play an aggressive game, not a defensive game. But I think like all that does is contribute to what people already thought about you, is that you were sort of like
you're riding the
out of the loop. I didn't say that.
No,
but I like feeling a little out of the loop and like chaotic. Even if there was like purpose behind it, if people can't see the purpose, that's all that matters, because their perception is everything that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's.
Oh my God, we're at 2 hours, and now we get to talk about the ending.
Yes.
It was crazy.
So crazy. We've talked a little bit about Dan
for 2 months.
Yeah.
He left for 3 days and did not tell me anything. And then I was like, okay, he probably got to merge. I knew he got to merge. Actually, I knew he got far because he didn't text me. And I was at that evening, and I went,
yep.
I remember, I think, Dan, correct me if I'm wrong. Was this one during when I was doing the Taylor Swift party, or was this 2 weeks later? Correct me if I'm wrong. Was this when I was doing political things, like protesting? Was that? And then I was protesting, and I remember being with my mother-in-law and everybody. Yeah,
he just didn't text you.
He didn't text me that Saturday, that whole day. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it was when I was protesting, and then I was like, we're eating food at the end of the day, and then I was like, Dan hasn't texted me. That means he got far. You guys, I said that to everyone in the room. And that's how I knew he got far, but I didn't know he won. Like, that was crazy. But like I said at the beginning, I went, Dan, do you win this? Is your baby over there? Or
no,
is that your
my wife is. But
hi,
I don't
wife.
think. Jamie, you want to say hi?
Hi, Dan.
She said I gotta go.
Bye.
Jamie appearance. That's super fun. I forgot one thing on Vincent. I think, like, even if you have like disagreements with his post game, or even whether or not he should have won, whatever, I think it's fair to say that Vincent is, like, in our community, one of the best game players.
He's great, and
he's so good.
I really liked his game last season. His 8.
Season 8.
Yes. He was my one that I thought would, like, other than Sam, I would want Vincent to win.
Yeah. Well, I think his game
all the shade to Nolan.
Yeah, I was with you. Reminder that Trinity cried when I was voted out.
It's true.
I think that his game ages, like, on TV better. Like, you kind of see why his.
Yeah, he doesn't say bad words that you shouldn't say on TV anymore. Like, he's just like he's like politically correct. Is that?
Well, that and he explains himself well in
yeah.
But he like killed our first Traders game. He's always good at blood on the clock tower.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
No, he recruited
really
me.
Good game
Remember
player.
when Vincent recruited me and then he voted Dan? No, but he voted me. He voted me out.
Yeah.
That little traitor. No, he's great at these games. And I don't think when I say, like, I was surprised to see that he got votes, it's not because I didn't think Vincent did a bad game. I just was like astounded by Maddie's performance and Dan's performance that I was like,
totally.
I'm surprised that Vincent did get votes. And honestly, I'm like, I was scared he was gonna win. I literally was like so nervous. I was like, Dan's gonna, and I'm saying nervous because I'm rooting for my husband. Duh. Like,
I thought Vincent won going into the final tribal because he had won all the immunities.
But Dan did too.
Yeah, Dan won the 1, but then Vincent won 3.
He won 2.
And he won
because he got a double.
Oh, well, double. Sure.
But he didn't have to go through 2 tribals, so
sure.
Kind of it's Vincent.
Oh, it's important, and I'm not saying I just went in thinking like, oh, that was front of mind for them because he had just done it. You know what I mean?
Happened.
Yeah. Okay, let's wrap up. Do you have any other thoughts? I think we've sort of talked about Dan's game as well. I think it was an incredible game. Obviously, very deserving winner.
Yeah, let's all give a clap.
Yes.
Good job.
Dan played an incredible game in the middle and navigating good relationships.
I think Dan did okay.
He was fine.
Yeah, he did okay. And thank you, everybody, to the community for being so secretive as well. I was very happy.
Honestly.
And Jimmy, too, because both of us were in the shade of not knowing, right?
Had no clue. Yeah,
had no clue.
I'm so glad I didn't.
Right. It was so much fun. And at the same time, though, like, it would have been great to know that we had the $300 this whole time. He fucking fucking comes out with a fucking envelope of cash. And I'm like,
he still had it?
Cash the other day. No, he never deposited it because he was like, Trin, I know we get email because we have a joint account. And he's like, fuck, like anytime something's deposited to our account, it gives me an email. And I do look at them. So I was astounded that he like kept that a secret.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible.
And so yeah, because he comes out with like money. There was also a time where we're with our friends who actually saw today, full circle moment, and we were getting Chinese food. Dan almost spoiled it. Oh my god, it was so funny. We got Chinese food. And my friend goes, "Yeah, want to get crab rangoon?" And I went, "Yeah, I'll fucking eat it. Dan should like it." And Dan was adamant. He was like, "I don't like crab rangoon." And I go, "Why? Like it should be good. It's not that much. Like it's in like a thing. It's like good."
Yeah.
And we went on for I'm telling you, it was going on for a long time. Him going, "Trinity, I don't want it." And I'm like, God, you're feeling really strong about this. Like, what is happening?
That's incredible.
He told me he almost broke. He goes, because I won Survivor for fucking choking on it. Like, and I'm like,
that's amazing.
Shit. Yeah, he almost I tend to do that when he wants to surprise me. I tend to like somehow push a button I'm not knowing I'm pushing.
Yeah.
I tend to do that. I did that with the Ariana Grande tickets once because I go, I'm just gonna buy them for my mom and I, and he's like, just fucking stop it. I already bought them. And yeah, that's happened a lot. So
that's amazing. Oh, I love that.
So for Dan, and the community, like how many times I saw you guys from the beginning to the end, like in the cast, like not saying anything. I appreciate that, and Jimmy does too, because it was fun to watch it. Put in the comment section, smash the buttons. Do you want me to tell Dan how season 11 goes, or should I keep it secret?
Keep it secret. Okay. I think there's zero chance you can keep it secret.
Okay.
But
what if he's on production? Is that even a thing? Is that even an option? Dan, I have no idea. Because he's always every time I'm in an LRG, he's always there.
Oh, and then don't let him be.
Don't let him be. Should it all just be about me?
Don't let him be.
Oh, we're so close. Okay. Well, I think we did talk about will it show up on Ledger?
Yeah.
That Dan wasn't there?
I think it will show up on his any other final thoughts on this cast? Any truths you want to drop?
We're at the truth table, Jimmy. And
that's true.
We've been really truthful today.
I feel like we have. I feel like we've been.
I had no idea what to. I know what we need to say. Remember the text message you sent Dan, that screenshot? Because I've known about truth table since the very beginning.
Yes.
And
Dan, we have to tell the truth about this.
Jimmy told me on the side. I was like the only one who knew that this was happening. I knew about it even before you did.
Like when Ben was panicking about.
I know how to keep a secret.
Yeah.
Oh, the edible is hitting. It's I've been feeling it.
Yes. So Dan, I did text her, and then I sent you a screenshot, but without her name, and you were like, "That's Ben. That has to be Ben."
And I was like, "See, Ben and I."
Yeah, that was. Yeah,
and it's so funny you didn't clock it because I told Jimmy, I'm like, okay, because Jimmy put the other screenshot of me saying, "I'm like a fairy. You need to clap for me." Because like the thing, the way for anyone to know it was me that knew about Jimmy doing it was him having to say something really good about me at the very end.
And yes. So
that was the whole reason I said that was the only way like Dan would know. And then he started sending more about like what the person Dan thought was Ben about the fairy and the clapping. I'm like, that's something I would say. Not Ben.
Yes. Right. Yeah.
Why would no Ben say
making a Tinkerbell reference?
Yes, thank you. Hook is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, it's a great movie. The truth on the original Truth Table host type is it was originally Nolan. They all died.
No, they're all dead.
It was Nolan, and then it was I have to tell Tyler that we actually recorded tonight anyways. So and then it was Tyler. And then Trinity was like, you know what? I'm coming in, guns blazing.
And then Dan was like, no, it's going to put a target on your back. I'm like, okay.
I forgot he changed his answer to Kayla.
Wait, what? What was the change in the
He changes. He changed his
That's
answer
right. He
to
did say it was
Kayla
Kayla after the Tinkerbell.
Yeah.
I'm like, he didn't suspect
so
me.
To wrap up, I have to say something nice about Trinity. And Trinity, I think even though you have not played the game, you are an integral part of our community who is incredibly, you are a social glue of our community. And I think it would be far worse community without you.
Oh, thanks. Well, you guys are the best. I'm so happy you guys have welcomed me with open arms. And I'm excited to see what's in store for me in 2026. We'll have to see. I'm excited about it. I'm unemployed. If anyone has a job, send me your way.
I have some ideas for you, but I'll text you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
if you want me to continue this truth table, smash the like button, follow me,
like and subscribe.
Yeah, you can DM me if you want.
Trinity is an all-time poster on Instagram in terms of volume.
Well, thank you. It's the only way to get that dopamine rush, you know what I mean? Serotonin rush. I gotta let everyone know how I'm feeling. And I want to say something happy and nice about Jimmy. Jimmy's the best. I am so happy that we were able to do this together today. And I think you're a great part of the community as well. Like, I feel so connected with, like, you and Dan are really good together, and I'm happy that you guys met on your season, because life's now 10 times better with you guys in it. So
thanks, Trin.
And then to end it, I'm gonna just say yeah.
Dan.
Yeah.
I think we have a delay. We have it. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Thanks for sticking with us for 2 hours, 10 minutes, and 2 hours, 11 minutes, and 2 seconds. We'll see y'all later.
Bye. Love you.